Welcome, survivors! This time, we're climbing high, into one of the harshest corners of Great Bear Island. This is a spoiler-lite guide to Timberwolf Mountain, an alpine region where the wind bites, the weather punishes, and survival isn't just a goal, it's a test. There are no guarantees here, no easy loot, very little shelter, but for those who dare it, Timberwolf Mountain offers reward, challenge, and a wilderness experience unlike any other. Just like in previous entries, I'll keep this spoiler light while showcasing the region in the background, plus a point or two of interest along the way. Timberwolf Mountain is not for the faint of heart. This is pure wilderness, steep cliffs, ravines, rope climbs, and very few reliable shelters. Temperatures regularly plummet below what any sane person would consider survivable. Blizzards are common, and resources are limited. If you're coming from somewhere like Mystery Lake or Coastal Highway, expect a major step up in difficulty. This region demands good clothing, careful planning, and deep respect for the terrain. In short, it's advanced, but deeply rewarding for those who endure it. This isn't a region you pass through, it's a region you prepare for. It's not about surviving, it's about proving you can adapt, persevere, and walk away with something to show for it. For Interloper players, it's a brutal test of discipline. For everyone else, it's still exactly that. Timberwolf Mountain is not a place you stumble into. You go there on purpose or you leave in a hurry. From the summit loot to the frozen caves and battered Mountaineer's hut, this is survival distilled. There is no comfort here, but there is clarity. Timberwolf Mountain connects to several regions, but none are simple. From Pleasant Valley, there's a rope climb tucked into one of the rougher pockets of that map. That'll get you up and get you in. From Blackrock, a winding cave system will get you there, if you can find it. Ash Canyon connects via two caves in two different areas, so there's two different ways to get through. But let's be honest, you're probably leaving Timberwolf for Ash Canyon, not the other way around. Unless you're a fan of random spawn starts. Because of the steep terrain and rope climbs, encumbrance matters. Heavy loads will destroy your stamina and maybe your run. Timberwolf isn't just elevated, it's layered. The map climbs in tiers, forcing you through switchbacks, detours, choke points, and caves. Every rope anchor is a checkpoint, and every ledge feels like a cliffhanger. Navigation is physical. You don't follow trails. You stumble your way through cliffs and frozen slopes and sketchy shortcuts. Wind exposure shifts quickly, and a patch of trees might be shelter, or it might just become the eye of the storm. Crystal Lake is one of the few flat and stable areas in the region, but beyond it, everything else is vertical, jagged, or snow-swept. There aren't many landmarks beyond the summit crash and the Mountaineer's hut. You'll need to learn to orient yourself using trees, rocks, and rope anchors, and you'll probably learn this the hard way. Shelter in Timberwolf Mountain is scarce, but there are a few strongholds that definitely make it manageable. The Mountaineer's hut. This will probably be your main base. It offers a bed, a fireplace, a workbench, and decent storage. From here, you can reach most of the region. And if you tend to loot like I do, like Waddles the over-encumbered, the fishing hut nearby might help you stash your overflow. The aforementioned fishing hut is also another potential bit of refuge here. It's Spartan, but it's serviceable, and it's good for avoiding cabin fever, and great for fishing, and for getting close by to rabbit trapping. There are also multiple caves scattered throughout the region, and these make for excellent early shelters and emergency pit stops, especially before you're geared up. And of course, there's the tell section at the top of the mountain, but you'll want to bring some firewood for that. Just remember, even inside the Mountaineer's hut, warmth is not guaranteed unless you're properly dressed or well stocked with firewood. It will count towards carrying saplings, and it will count towards your cabin fever risk. The big draw here? The summit and its cargo containers, as well as the few containers scattered around the rest of the region. The tail section of the crashed plane sits high atop the mountain, and it beckons you with high-tier loot. You'll often find clothing, tools, medical supplies, and rare gear, depending on your spawn conditions and what difficulty you're playing at. Some of the best clothing in the game can be obtainable here. Additional containers can be found lower on the mountain if you're willing to brave both the wildlife and the weather. Firewood is limited, but it is possible at higher altitudes. Deer and rabbit are sparse, but they're manageable near caves and open flats. For interloper or stalker players, this region is a high-risk, high-reward playground. You need to bring a plan, travel light, manage weight, and never assume you can make it back in one trip. If weather or gear is against you, turn back. Timberwolf Mountain is lethal. Not just because of the cold, but because of what lives here. Wolves and bears will roam heavily trafficked routes and often appear with little warning. There are natural funnels that force close encounters. You cannot always avoid them. Timberwolves can spawn here. It's rare, but it happens. And if they're here, you'll know. They're faster, smarter, and much harder to escape than normal wolves. And then of course, you've got the weather. Blizzards, sub-zero winds, and stamina-sapping climbs. You'll need top-tier clothing, backup fuel, and short travel windows to make it through here. If there's one region that will make you burn an emergency stim, it's this one. The mountain does not care if you are ready. Lessons will be learned, and runs will end. And even seasoned players will make rookie mistakes here. Do not underestimate anything. You've probably heard me say some of these tips before, but here, you need to take it seriously. Gear up first. Decent clothing is non-negotiable. I have made it through here with scraps before, but only with constant fires and zero mistakes. Travel light on climbs. Rope ascents kill stamina fast. Coffee or energy drinks can help you out here. If you're encumbered, you're burning more than calories and you won't be able to climb ropes. You need to base down at the Mountaineer's hut. That whole lake and that area down there is central, and the hut is your best workbench and storage spot. Treat it like a launch pad though, not a fortress. Summit in stages. You cannot clear the crash site in one go. Make multiple trips, unload, repeat. Attempting to do it all at once will kill you. Prioritize tools. Your hacksaw, hatchet, knife, whatever you can find. Get it early. Do not come up here without a hacksaw either, or you won't be getting into any of those fancy containers. Use caves. Early on, caves are a necessity. Use them until you can safely navigate the region with better clothing. Still, expect to take time to warm up as necessary. Avoid confrontation when under-equipped. Don't try to win every fight. Sometimes, survival means walking away or hiding in a snow shelter. Any day you can live is a good day. Timberwolf Mountain isn't just harder, it's quieter, lonelier, and somehow older. You'll feel it in the wind, in the long silences between footsteps, in the way every rope climb will leave you breathless. Not just from the effort, but from what might be waiting at the top. There's a kind of reverence here, maybe even dread, like you're trespassing somewhere sacred. Other regions will show you plenty of signs of human life. Roads, cabins, outposts, railways, all sorts of loot and goodies. Timberwolf, for the most part, strips all of that away, and what's left is just the skeleton of a survival story. You get to make your own meaning here. There are no shortcuts to the summit, no safety nets, it's just you, your gear, and the unrelenting cold. And that's why players love it. It's the long dark in its purest form. No distractions, no illusions of safety, just you versus the wild. Every decision here matters. Every fire is defiance, and every summit is a story. And yeah, it's tradition to drink a summit soda on your first climb. Go ahead and join the club. So whether you climbed the ropes for the loot and the glory at the top, tracked a bear through a blizzard, or even spent the night in a cave with no matches, if you've survived Timberwolf Mountain, you've earned your badge. If you've got a story from this region, a summit victory, a close call, a devastating loss even, drop it in the comments. I want to hear what this place has taught you. And if you're new here, know this. Timberwolf Mountain doesn't give second chances, but it does give something else. Perspective, silence, and the kind of beauty that only reveals itself when you're nearly frozen trying to see it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and leave a like if you found this helpful, and maybe subscribe for more spoiler-lite guides and other gaming content as we continue our journey through every region in the long dark. Until next time, stay safe and stay warm out there.